Hey guys, welcome into Amanda's Favorites. I am holding right here one of the most hyped planners for 2025. They have made 3 huge changes this year. We've got a new B5 size in their vertical planner. They've created a brand new horizontal layout never done before. And I am so excited for the daily book to be split into 2 different books called the Daily Duo. These paper covers are already sold out in the Daily Duo, but they have their hardcovers, some colors still available. You're gonna wanna jump on some of these if you're interested, especially these new items, but we will also compare the daily to the big chunk daily. We'll compare the new B5 size to their normal vertical, and they also have a minimalist vertical. These 2 are my 2024s, but these are all the 2025s. I am really excited for this video, you guys. There's one particular planner in here that might have my name on it. Stay tuned because I'm gonna fill you in on my discount code and possible Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales. I'm going to tell you all about this spectacular company that puts sustainability top of their list. So let's jump into Hemlock and Oak. First up, we're going to go over this B5 Minimalist Planner. So this is a brand new size for them, never done before. If you want to see it compared to an A5 size, let's lay the Hobonichi Cousin on top there. And compared to their normal weekly size in their vertical planner, and here's an A5 on top of that. So their normal vertical is a little bit bigger than A5. We'll go over the measurements, but all the measurements are on their site. Your minimalist weekly planner is a little bit smaller than your normal weekly, and it is very close to an A5 size. So there's a little bit on their sizing. I think a lot of people are going to be very excited about this new B5 size. I know I am. And I know right now there are only a couple colors left in this size. So if you are debating on this, I would jump on this one. And I have a 10% off code always with Hemlock and Oak. Make sure you enter that at checkout. You can use it over and over again throughout the year. I also have an affiliate link, and using my affiliate link supports my channel more than you know. So if my videos are helpful and or entertaining to you, that's a way you can give back to me and keep my channel going without spending any extra money or doing any extra work. Okay, this is their minimalist planner in the B5 size. And minimalist means they don't have all the goal setting up front and guided journaling stuff, which I will show you in the normal vertical. So this is the flow of their minimalist planner. You have a nameplate page. These are beautiful linen covers. These are not actually linen as I've been calling them. They're a different fabric called Lenzing Eco Vero. I'm probably saying that wrong. You can read all about this on their site, but this is a sustainable and biodegradable fabric made from responsibly sourced wood pulp. So these covers are all eco-friendly and gentle on the environment. This company does everything as sustainably as they can, from their ink to their paper to their ribbons that are made from recycled plastic. In their 2025 planners, they're actually using algae ink, which reduces carbon emissions by 200% compared to conventional inks made with carbon black. So there's more information, I'm sure, on their site about that, but they gave me information on that, and it is absolutely amazing the links that they are going to not only make beautifully crafted planners, but stay sustainable. So you have a table of contents up front. You have a year at a glance 2025 and looking into 2026. You have 2025 planning for every month. So you have a little monthly calendar and a little space to either write out vacations, doctor appointments, or goal planning. And then this spread, very Hobonichi Cousin-like, which I absolutely love. All your months of the year on 2 2-page spreads divided by quarters. I've used these before to record like just one thing that happened that day, but many people also use them for tracking. You can use them for tracking multiple things because of the multiple columns. So you could actually be tracking multiple things and see that all throughout the year. Down here, you have plenty of space for notes. Then you go, all your holidays are listed. You have a blank graph grid page. Going into every single month, you have a overview page. So January overview. What boundaries will you set for yourself this month? List 3 ways that you can carve out time for self-care. What intentions do you have this month? What milestones are you focusing on? What habits do you want to cultivate this month? Are there any barriers? You have a little habit tracker for up to 5 habits. And you have a little thing where you can write the frequency that you want to be doing the habits that you're cultivating that month, and a reward. And then a blank page for monthly planning, for projects, for goals, for journaling, for gratitudes. So even though you don't have their more robust goal setting system that is in their normal weekly planner, the one that is not called minimalist, and we'll walk through this a little bit, but all these pages up front where you have habit cultivation and setting goals and identifying values and self-reflection, they're guided journaling pages to get you set up on your goals for the year. You don't have that in their planners that are labeled minimalist or in their daily planners. But you still have this monthly overview, which I think gives you a lot of space and good framework for setting up your own goals, projects, and habits. Then you have your monthly spread here, plenty of room for a list for the month. It's a Monday start on the calendar, so your weekends are grouped together. If you think you can't do that, I have actually grown to like it. One of my friends gave me the idea to outline the weekend in like a mild liner or a marker or a colored pencil so that the weekend stands out, that like, oh yeah, boom, that's the weekend, to tell your mind. So at first you're not writing things in wrong places if you're used to a Sunday start. And now my brain has really gotten used to that. You have all your holidays and your moon phases on your monthly layouts, and you have your lead in and out of the month in a light gray. And as you'll notice, there are 6 weeks on this month. So you have no half boxes, no boxes divided. And as far as I've noticed flipping through, that's how every single month is done. I know that's a big winner for a lot of people to not have those monthly boxes split. You have 2 satin ribbons with every planner that match the color of your cover and pass my ribbon test. Now we're going to zoom in here a little bit, and we are going to look, I know this is going to be one of the huge questions I get, comparing this page to their normal vertical size page, which you saw is a little bit bigger than an A5, but comparing this, so I tore it out because it was really the only way to lay it side by side. The paper itself is 6.75 by 9.75 in this planner. The cover is 6.9 by 9.9, but here's where it gets a little bit tricky, in my opinion. Is these grids are listed as the same size, but when I line up the 6 up here, obviously your numbers are written bigger. So your print, as you can tell on here, is bigger. Your little mini calendar here is bigger. So if you have eyesight issues and you want things just a little bit bigger, they are a little bit bigger in the B5. Most of your extra room is going down here though, you can tell, for nice room for a bottom list, which I absolutely love. If you line up the numbers exactly, you see how as we go down, you definitely have like a whole extra line of space by the time you get to the bottom. So their 10 ends here on the one in between the 9, but this 10 ends on the next line. So this grid is definitely bigger. And that's what I was thinking, looking at it and trying to measure it. But on their site, it says this grid is the same. So I will have to get with them and ask them about that because they are very specific about all their information on their site. So this one has to be a little bit bigger, which I can tell when I write in it. And I absolutely love that too. So you have your holidays up top as well as your moon phases. And you can tell this box was made quite a bit bigger up here. Your like focus box or weather box or workout box or dinner, whatever you want to use that for. You don't have the little heart icon down here, but this is a comparison between their normal vertical page. This has all the reflection, journaling, and goal setting and habit setting extra pages up front. This one does not. And this one, you have more room on your page, a little bit bigger grid, bigger numbers, a way bigger space down here. Down here at the bottom after the heart, just the grid part, you are getting about 1.5 inches almost in the bottom. This part and the grid part, you are getting 2.75 inches. So that is a lot of grid gained down here, a lot more room for lists or notes or journaling or however you wish to use that. All right, now that we've got down to the nitty gritty of comparison, we walked through the January overview here that you're going to get with every month. Then you get your monthly layout. They also have tabs you can buy, you guys, that match their planners exactly. So if you want matching tabs, I would definitely look and pick those up when you're purchasing a planner. You have from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. with half-hour line slots on there. Of course, you can use it like me and you can ignore those times and use it as just like a to-do list, where I usually like to put the big item happening for the day up here in this box. And I love how this box is bigger and the page just feels so much more spacious to me. Every single page is numbered, and it also says the dates that page covers. And it says the week of the year that you're on down here. Like, they have thought of everything and included it in the best ways, in my opinion. Every detail was really thought out. You have your month at a glance up here and circled the week that you were on. Everything is very aesthetically pleasing, a very light grid. When you get to the end of your month, you have a review page. Write down 3 memorable moments this month, what gave you energy this month, what drained you, and then a lesson, thought, or growth moment from this month. I like those simple reflection questions to review the month, and then another page for more journaling or whatever you wish to use it for. And then before going into the next month, you have an overview of that month with those same things that we read through for January and your blank page. Then you have your monthly layout, and then you go into your weeks. And that is the flow of this planner. That is also the flow of the smaller, their normal size vertical planner. This planner lays completely flat so well, you guys. I have used these planners off and on throughout the past year. And everywhere you turn, look, you just give it a little push and it lays completely flat. It is really, really done well. All right, when you get to the end, you have a year-end review on 2 different pages. And then you have a good little chunk of notes pages, about 17 graph grid note pages. And we haven't even talked about the paper, y'all. We will get to the pen test. But this paper is 120 GSM, which equates to 80 pound. It is absolutely amazing. It is smooth, but not slick at all. It takes all pens so well. In fact, we will go and look at the pen test right now for you. So that is the B5 planner. My pen test is in this 2024. Here is my pen test, all kinds of mild liners, ink, Pentel, Papermate flares. We have fountain pens, Sharpie S gels, all on here. And if you look at the back of this page, where there's even less grid space, so things show even more when there's more blank space, absolutely nothing bleeding through and almost no show through at all. This paper really is a dream. I have never heard from one person that did not like this paper. All I hear is raving reviews. Now, their normal sized vertical with all the gold pages is $46. This B5 Minimalist one is $55. And then the A5 Minimalist, although it's a tiny bit bigger than a cousin, but this one, A5 Minimalist, is also $44. So this is the same as your B5 without the goal setting pages up front. Just makes it a little bit thinner, very lightweight to carry around, and an A5 size. So this is their most portable one. Then you have the B5, and you can see the difference in these. And then you have their normal vertical. Everything in this is the same, except for, like, they have the same monthly overviews. And when you get to the end of the month, you have your same reviews and then monthly overviews. But up front, you have these extra pages. Let's just walk through them quickly. And I think I went over these more in depth in my 2024 review of Hemlock and Oak. So we'll link that video down below. You have a note from Hemlock and Oak. You have self-reflection here over the past year, identifying values, and then setting goals. So they really do walk you through this goal setting system. You have 5 goal setting pages, so for up to 5 major goals for the year. Then you have habit cultivation pages, and they walk you through all that. You have 3 of those. You have daily framework pages to work out, how do you want your typical day to flow? This is just a page to write down any mantras, quotes, addresses, events, places you want to see, just anything you want to reference throughout the year. You have your year at a glance. Once again, this is my 2024 copy because I didn't get a 2025 of this one. You have the same planner layout that I showed you in the B5. In this one, you get your whole year at once for your yearly planning, where you could write one tiny thing a day, or you could do some habit tracking, or you could write in doctor appointments or travel. You have holidays listed and notes page. Then you go into your monthly layout, same thing as the B5, just a little bit smaller. And then you go into your weekly pages. We'll look at, here's a blank weekly page back here. that I have not written on. You have your 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., the same as the B5, and then a little bit of room down here for lists. And then you have focus, intentions, tasks. I totally forgot to look if that is still there for the 2025 version because it is not in the B5, but that's probably because this is the minimalist. So I bet these are still here. Just take a look at that if that matters to you on their website. Okay, so that wraps up their vertical planner. If you love like Hobonichi type planning, but you cannot do the Tomoe River paper and you want thick, beautiful, luxurious paper, then Hemlock and Oak is your company for that type of layout, but on amazing paper. Okay, now we're gonna take a look at their brand new horizontal, you guys. I think a lot of people are gonna love this who vertical doesn't work for them, who they want more space to write out, people who don't need the time blocking for their day in there. And isn't this cover stunning? Their cover colors really are stunning. And they look just like a beautiful book. Once again, 2 satin ribbons that match, coordinate with your cover perfectly, but 2 different colors, which I love on there. Beautiful speckled end pages, your nameplate page, your beautiful quote page. The mighty oak was once an acorn that stood its ground, which is his theme in the other planner. Your table of contents, and then your letter from Hemlock and Oak. And then this is your horizontal planner, not a minimalist, so you have all those same pages up front. Self-reflections, just like we went through. Identifying values, setting your goals. You have those goal setting pages, the habit cultivation pages that we just went through in the vertical. It looks like they changed their daily framework page a little bit this year. So this is their new 2025 one. How do you want to start each day? Create your ideal schedule. What hours do you have the most energy? Plot a graph of what you think your energy levels look like on a typical day. What barriers do you typically encounter throughout the day? How do you want to end each day? Those are really good questions. Self-care activities, write down anything important you might need to reference throughout the year. Once again, all those extra pages do not come in any of their planners labeled minimalist. Then 2025 plus 2026 at a glance. This is your 2025 calendar year planner. 2025 planning, the same thing we saw in the B5. Same yearly layout we saw in the B5. I love that spread. This last year I recorded in there just one thing that happened every day. Sure, I missed a few days here and there. But it's really fun to look over each month and then write just a few highlights from the month down here or big things that happened. Doesn't necessarily have to be good. It could be we got a new AC unit this month. We got our foundation repaired this month. And looking over the year, then you can see the big things that happened just at quick glance if you kind of summarize under the months. So that's one way I love to use them. Your holidays and a blank page. Then you have your January overview. And then you go into your monthly layout. Now I know you're waiting to see the horizontal page. All right, this planner is your brand new horizontal. It is $46. It has 224 pages, 36 columns, which you can easily divide into thirds here on this page if you wanted to do that. I don't see any marking to divide them into thirds, like there's no extra dot, but on each side you have 36 columns. So you could divide it into thirds on either side of the page if you want to. I did not count that. They had that written on their website. But you have Monday through Sunday on the left-hand side dated there. You do have your holidays and your new moon. So your moon phases and holidays stuck in here on your little sidebar. That's a really smart little place to put those in where you're not going to be writing in the crack of the page, but you can actually see it. So if you prefer to write things out more longhand or you just like seeing your week better this way, you want more list room for your week, they do have all these tick off boxes set inside the grid, but those are very easy to ignore if you wanted to make your own system over here on the grid page. Same, all their planners, every page is numbered. It's numbered what week of the year you're on. It's numbered the dates for that week. So if you're just quickly flipping through, it's really easy to see the dates for that week. They even label like April overview page. So if you're flipping and you're just trying to find something, March review, that's really genius. Very well thought out there. So that is the flow of this planner. I did write some stuff in here just so you can see. I would probably draw a dividing line and have like all my appointments or big things for the day be a smaller section here. And then my to-dos probably go out there. There's so many different ways you can use it and divide it up and change it week to week as you need something different. They do have stickers at Hemlock and Oak. These say rest day, reading, therapy, gratitude, nature walk. So if you're looking for some accessories besides tabs, make sure you check out what's on their site before you check out. The flow of this is the same. You have your review before the next month. Your review at the end of the month, then your overview for the next month. You have a quote up here on your overview page. And you do also have a quote on your monthly layout page. I have not pointed that out yet. When you get to the end of this planner, you have a year-end review, same as the other ones, looking ahead. And then you have about 8 pages, if I counted right there, of graph grid notes pages. And then ending with a Robert Frost poem, I think. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Beautiful. Okay, so that is their new horizontal. Last up, but certainly not least, we're gonna cover the daily. All right, their daily has always come in this one big book, which amazingly lays flat really well for how big it is, but it is a chunk of a book. Now they have split their daily into a daily duo. They did have these paper flex covers available. They've been requested, and so they wanted to give them a try this year in a small batch, but these sold out really fast. They said they do plan to bring them back next year, but these lay just so extremely flat, and they are durable yet lighter weight than having a hardback cover. But there's a lot of heft to them. So if you're looking at these, you would have to be looking for 2026 since they're sold out of the paper flex covers for 2025. But they still have daily duos available in their hard covers with these amazing covers that are not linen, but they feel like linen. They're that sustainable and biodegradable fabric. So this is the daily duo split into 2 books. This is your daily duo with the hardcover. You can just see whenever you have a hardcover, it does add width to your planner and some bulk. And so that's why, and some weight. And that's why these were requested. Let's look at just the daily page layout. So you're not going to you get your nameplate page, and you get your table of contents, you get your year at a glance, and you get this year at a glance for planning. You get this great tracker or, 1 line a day, your holidays and your blank page. So all that's the same. So in the daily, you do not get the extra goal setting, habit tracking, self-reflection, guided journaling pages that are all up front. So you get up here what's also like in the minimalist planners, and then you go straight into your monthly layouts, and then you go into your daily pages. So this daily big book is $62. If you get the hardback ones, the daily duo that are still left in the 2 books, those are $91. But they are both listed as the same amount of pages total. So 416 pages total for the 2 books or the 1 book. Obviously, the 1 book is like $30 cheaper because you're only having to have 1 book bound, 1 cover. The daily is the exact same size as your horizontal and your normal vertical planner. So a little bit bigger than A5 size. Here is your daily page layout, and you can see how even when you're in the front of the book, you just press it down a little bit and your page stays down. And I think it is nice in a book this big, you have that hard cover to write on, so it gives you a really good writing surface. On your daily page, you have the date, you have any moon phases up here, and your holiday also goes up there with the moon phase. You have a focus box for the day, intentions, then you just have today, and a lot of room with tick off boxes every other line going down to write out things you need to do. I prefer daily planners for me that have more room to write out longhand sentences, because if I just write a couple, like 3 words, many times I forget exactly all the details that I was supposed to do pertaining to that task. Then you have 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. and half-hour lines in between there, so you still have a good schedule for time blocking or for appointments. You have a little heart at the bottom for putting your workout or self-care for the day. You have down here the dates of the month that you're on, and it is colored that brownish color, whatever date it is for that day. It's just a really nice visual. Also, it says the date at the bottom of the page and the page number. So as far as indexing things or flipping through and trying to find a certain date, it is so easy with having those dates down here in the bottom corner to be able to find what you're looking for. Your months are dispersed throughout. So when 1 month ends here, you have your monthly layout going into the next month. And that is the flow of your daily planner. At the end, you do have your year-end review. You have your looking ahead, and then you have 4 graph grid pages at the back of the daily planner. In your daily duo, it ends your mid-year book. So when you're ending in June, you have mid-year notes here at the back, just 2 notes pages. And then when you start your next mid-year book, let's look at this in case you're thinking about getting the daily duo. Same monthly layouts, but you just start right into your July monthly layout. You have 1 notes page and you start right in and you just have your days and your months. And then at the back, you have your year-end review, you're looking ahead, and 4 notes pages at the back and the Robert Frost poem. I can't remember if I showed you, but in the beginning of the first daily duo book, you have all these setup pages, the same ones that are in the minimalist planners. So all those setup pages are the same in your January daily duo book. All right, guys, that wraps us up. When I talked to Hemlock and Oak at the time of filming this video, they were not sure what their Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales were going to be because they were just finishing up getting their pre-order shipped out. They are a small company, woman-owned, and they are working hard at this time of year, like many small companies are. So they hadn't quite decided on what they were going to be able to do for that, but they said they're 99.9% sure they will have Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. So make sure to check those out. And they said you will be able to stack my 10% off code, Amanda's Favorites. So make sure to type that in at checkout. Anytime during the year, you can use my code and my affiliate link. I would love to hear what you guys think of Hemlock and Oak. I know that these new planners have me thinking about a possible planner switch for my 2025 lineup. I have not filmed my lineup yet, but I thought I knew what I was going to use. And this new planner is really making me think. My personal planner stack is coming up December 17th, I think. So make sure to check that out if you want to see what my 2025 stack of planners and journals will end up being. Chime in down below if you've used Hemlock and Oak or if you're interested in using them. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these planners and this company. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a beautiful weekend at this festive time of year. Take a deep breath and take care of yourself so you can take care of others. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.